Become a member, sign in, and start streaming today.
It's time for a very favorite part of the show, Disgrace of the Week. But we got to 4 topics this week, which is great, so let's keep it tight. Patty.
15-year-old Preston Porter was the last person lynched in Colorado that we know of in 1900. There's a marker being put out in his honor tomorrow. You can watch it on Facebook. A horrible, tragic story of this young black kid who was killed, accused falsely.
David.
Donald Trump has not backed up his big talk about ballot fraud with enough evidence that would change the election results. But even so, courts and secretaries of state and everyone else should really look carefully into alleged instances of fraud, because even though they may not have changed this election result, they do change. It does change local election results, and we might have in 2024 a very, very close race between President Harris and a challenger such as Governor Haley.
Let's go to Eric.
My wife used to teach a class that she called spineless critters. It was about invertebrates, but I think that title applies to so many Republicans in Washington these days who are dancing around Donald Trump, his fragile psyche, and unwilling to speak truth to him that the gig is up.
Natasha.
As we continue to have conversations in this country about how elections are held, I think we sometimes forget that there's people behind those elections, clerks and poll workers and just wonderful citizens who volunteer their time often to help keep our elections safe. So let's keep the criticism where it needs to be directed, not at those individuals.
Time to say something nice. Patty.
Good luck to Deborah Johnson, who just took over as general manager of RTD, thankless job, and to Phil Washington, former general manager, who's now helping Biden.
David.
We're making the choices about how we face today's problems only because we are alive and we have the freedom and liberty to make choices. So thank you to all the veterans, past and present, who have preserved our lives and liberties.
You're here. Well said. Eric.
Obviously, ditto to what David said. Thank you. Also, we talked earlier about Hugh McCain, the new House Minority Leader, a moderate, 2 other moderates who survived really tough challenges in this election, State Senator Kevin Priola, State Senator Bob Rankin. This state needs a viable, competitive 2-party system. If the Republicans are ever going to come back, you need more voices and leaders like those.
Natasha.
Ruby Bridges' mom, Lucille Bridges, passed away. Talk about a woman who had an impact not only on her community, but the entire country and our education system.